You're not lazy, you're overstimulated. And if you don't fix that first, you're gonna spend years trying to figure your life out. Let's break it down. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. And in this video, I'm basically gonna break down in 7 steps ways that you can change your lifestyle to match your brain. And it's something that I've been doing past couple of weeks, and it's slowly working for me. So hopefully it works for you. I got everything written down, so just excuse me if I look off screen. The first section is going to be called the misdiagnosis. So most people think they lack discipline. They think they're weak, unfocused, or inconsistent. But if you look closer, you don't avoid work because you hate it. You avoid it because it feels flat, empty, like your brain just refuses to engage. That's not laziness, that's overstimulation. Now that we've kind of identified what the root cause is, let's move on to step 2. What's actually happening? You've trained your brain to expect intensity, constant novelty, fast hits of dopamine, scrolling, porn, short videos, complete chaos. So when real life shows up, quietness, boredom, repetitiveness, your brain rejects it. Not because it's hard, but because it's not stimulating enough. If you work a job that's boring, just a boring 9 to 5, and you have this brain type, you're gonna struggle a lot. I've realized this with my own life, past 10 years doing the same thing. Some people need to do what they gotta do when that's all that's available. The older you get, the older you get, it's gonna get even more tough. If you don't identify what your brain type is, your life's gonna be really shit basically. Okay, now let's move on to section 3, the loop. So what happens? You try to focus, you can't. You avoid the task. Now you feel guilty. So you escape back into stimulation, and it just repeats itself. Scrolling, like I said before, pornography, social media reels, just viral stuff. You're just on your phone constantly, and that's what's making you happy. 30 minutes go by, that 30 minutes is turned into 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. Trust me, it's happened to me. You're not stuck because you're lazy, you're stuck because your brain is overloaded. Just the thought of getting up and doing something is like, it's monumental to you. This is where we start to change those steps. Section 4. Now this is more about my own experience. So if you're like me, you've probably got a brain that craves intensity. You're creative, you think deeply, you see things differently, but that wiring makes you extremely vulnerable, because if it's hijacked by other cheap dopamine, you don't just get distracted, you get consumed. Again, going back to section 3, that's when the loop begins. It's happened to me numerous times where you just get stuck in that cycle. Section 5, the environment. Now, let's add some real life on top of this. Noise, people, work that pulls you in 10 different directions, no stillness, no control, no space to actually think. So when do you expect yourself to build anything meaningful? Days pass, the weeks go by, half-finished ideas, no momentum, and you start to believe maybe I just am lazy. I've had people tell me that, like, to my face, but then I realize, they can only see what they see. You truly know yourself, and you know what's going on in your own mind. You've just been overstimulated for far too long. Now, the reset. So here's the truth, right? You don't fix this by working harder. You fix it by removing what's breaking you. This is extremely important. Reduce the noise. Cut out constant input. The scrolling, the cheap dopamine, porn, whatever, the reels, 10-second entertainment. The things that feel good, but they leave you empty. Reintroduce boredom. Walk without your phone. Go for a walk, no earphones. I've said this in a previous video. Just go for a walk and just be with nature. Just listen to what's around you. Not don't let anything external, devices or anything like that, like just overtake your mind. Sit in silence, let your brain settle, because clarity only shows up when the noise leaves. This is extremely important. You have to rebuild your focus slowly. Start small. 30 minutes, one task, no switching, no distractions. Just train your brain to stay. At work, I usually listen to music, but I've stopped that. I just stopped that and just focus on the one thing that I'm doing. And the quieter it is, the more focused up my mind is. Control your environment. I know this is going to be a bit hard for like a lot of us, especially of those that live with family, or you have shared accommodation with other housemates and stuff. But for example, early mornings, control your spaces. Structure your day before the world touches it. Because if you don't control your environment, it will control you. And I've seen this time and time again with myself and coworkers. When the shit hits the fan, people break. And on the inside, like for me, I hold it a lot. I hold it together a lot more than other people. But trust me, the environment is extremely important. Use your mind properly. Okay, it's powerful, but only when it's directed and pointed in the right direction. Put that intensity into something real. Your work, your craft, your life, your children, wherever you are in life, whatever goals you have, redirect this energy into something meaningful. Like I said, you're not lazy. No matter what someone tells you, you only know yourself. You're overstimulated. You gotta fix that. And everything else will start to move. I guarantee you. It's been happening to me. Past month, I've made these subtle changes, just one by one. All of a sudden now I'm just back in making video mode. Like that's all I want to do now. Once I start to implement these things, it's slowly changing my life. I would love to hear if anyone wants to do this, just put it in a comment. I would love to hear your story and what you're going through. And I would love to learn about your own creative journeys. I hope to keep this momentum going for myself. And I would love to hear more about you guys. So, in closing, I hope this has helped, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you.